Hello, welcome to Microfiche Microphone. I'm Micah, and on this channel we look at microfiche from the past, or old newspaper articles in the public domain. We look at them with our modern eyes, our modern perspective, and we see what we can learn from them. On this microfiche time capsule, it is from Kansas Farmer, 28 September 1918. Now, I think that this is going to be interesting. However, it is a little bit questionable because it is very, very short, first of all. Also, the title is a little strange. It is called An Alien's Loyalty. I'm assuming they mean someone who is from outside of the United States. So let's read it. It's a very, very short, as I said, so it's hopefully not going to be too long. So it's hopefully going to at least bring us something to talk about. So, An Alien's Loyalty. Bradford Knapp, I'm guessing on the pronunciation, of the United States Department of Agriculture, who gave an address on the fairgrounds of Topeka during the Free Fair, told a story of a Jewish boy just back from France, whom he found in a hospital with his right arm gone, one eye missing, and just recovering from 12 gunshot wounds. Wow. Poor kid. They called him a boy. I don't know how old he was, but that's really horrible. He had gone to war from New York. So he's not an alien. Okay. And Mr. Knapp was interested to see what he would say of America after 9 months' service in France. The boy's father came to the hospital, and with tears in his eyes turned away from his own son, because he could not bear to look upon him. Oh, that's so tragic. Yet that boy, with twinkling eye, turned to his father and said, "Why, father, you ought to be happy. Am I not here, alive, with a good chance to get well? I'm here in America, and I would have given my life in order that you and mother might be here, and not have to see the things that I have seen, and undergo the things that I have seen others undergo over there. America is the hope of the world." That is not at all what I was expecting. First of all, this boy is not an alien. If he left to go to war from New York, then he's American. Just because he's Jewish? Like, is that the point that they're making? That he was from another country because he's Jewish? Maybe his parents were immigrants. They didn't specify that. But this is not at all what I was expecting. So a boy comes back from the war wounded with life-changing injuries, and it's so bad that his father can't even look at him. And that the boy is actually quite optimistic. Yeah, I'm glad that he's so upbeat. That's really, really good. And he's very patriotic as well. Yeah, saying America is the hope of the world. I do appreciate this story, but it is definitely not at all what I was expecting under the heading of An Alien's Loyalty. I mean, it's inspiring in a lot of ways, but the reason why it inspires me today is probably completely different than the reason why it inspired people in 1918. I imagine that those in 1918 read this story and thought to themselves, "Isn't that amazing? America is really great. What we're really doing is doing amazing things," which is definitely not wrong to say in this circumstance. However, the reason why it inspires me is life-changing injuries, such as a traumatic amputation of an arm, as well as an eye, is a life-changing injury that this person will have to adjust to for months, maybe years, before he gets used to living without those things that he had before. He probably also has some facial injuries, which will contribute to his the way he looks. But what inspires me the most is how very positive he is. I mean, he was shot 12 times. 12 times. Can you even imagine getting shot 12 times? I think that he's relieved to be home, but at the same time, he's very upbeat. He's like, "No, yeah, I lost an arm, I lost an eye. You know what? I can live without that. I can go on and I can have a great life." And he's right. He's absolutely right. And I completely admire that attitude. And I wish more people had it, because he didn't even seem to have gone through a mourning period. If he did, it was before this. A mourning period of losing his arm and losing his eye and just feeling like, wow, life is never going to be the same again. Well, you're right, it's not. But at the same time, you can have a good life with one arm and one eye. Absolutely you can. He will be disabled the rest of his life, but there will be a lot of things he can do. And that's what he's choosing to focus on. And I honestly wish I were more like this. I wish I were more like this person. To look at all my challenges and say, hey, I have so many blessings. So that is very admirable. Very admirable. And I find this person is someone that I aspire to be like. That's what I want to be. I want to be more like this person, who unfortunately was left unnamed. But thank you. What did they call him? A Jewish boy just back from France. Thank you very much for being a good example to me and helping me to see how I can be better. And I hope that everyone finds their own inspiration from this story. Let me know what you hear and what you are most inspired by down in the comments below. So thank you for coming to our Microfiche time capsule. I hope that you learned something or inspired. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.